When I first heard that I was going to what I thought was a prison, I was extremely nervous. I had to correct myself later as it was called the Indianapolis Re-Entry Educational Facility. It is also called IREF for short, but you can take your pick. This facility is located downtown of Indianapolis, Indiana, that focuses on helping those being released from prison. Instead of calling these people prisoners, we call them residents. It's a nicer way of treating these guys with respect, which pretty much sums up the entire atmosphere of IREF. The reason from what I've learned from IREF is not everything about the criminal justice system is about arresting a criminal, locking them up, and moving on. It is about giving them a chance and letting them have someone to talk to. By helping them come to the realization that you can have a chance to live your life to the fullest, rather than to be branded as a criminal, we began to humanize them again. Before I entered the facility, as it was a long drive and very easy to get lost, I was very immature. I kept that impression of mine, that these residents were nothing but criminals. I had these thoughts, only because of how the media gave the impression of criminals as being horrible people. Even giving me the idea that people that do things wrong over a crime for so many years I considered incurable. I was ignorant for that statement, but those were my thoughts before I went to IREF. When I made it inside IREF, the first thing our group started with was the tutorial. All we did was went through each section of the facility and met with the residents all around the area. It was a very small facility, but they seemed to have much more freedom than usual prisons would give. In any way, IREF seems to care more about the residents than anyone would give them in the world. For example, the residents have their own basketball court and a very well-constructed church and gym. After the tutorial, we had lunch and got to meet with what they call themselves, the Toastmasters, which basically means you're meeting with the residents and talking to them face to face, as well as working on your public speaking. I was way more anxious about meeting them. Luckily, we met inside the church, which gave me more comfort meeting with them. After the overall experience, it had changed my whole perspective on everything I set firm to before. The J101 class is the American Criminal Justice System class. This is the class where you discuss all aspects of the criminal justice system. IREF has given me much more information with the classes, bringing the textbooks to real-life situations I can see firsthand. One of the main lessons that this class has taught me was the definition of implicit bias. Implicit bias refers to the attitudes or stereotypes that affect our understanding, actions, and decisions in an unconscious manner. This is very important to know when you are going to be part of the criminal justice system. Especially if you're going to be a police officer, you need to gain more knowledge about the mind and its behaviors to succeed in such a life-altering job. During IREF, implicit bias was very alluring during this experience, as you didn't know what to think or feel when meeting with the residents. After completing more sessions at IREF with the Toastmasters, I feel that these biases were fading as we got more comfortable with everyone around us. I feel that this is very redeeming to feel that kind of way after being so anxious before the first time we have met. After every speech and every conversation we've had with the residents, I feel that we have got much closer to the point that I just want to keep these sessions with IREF going. The R110 class is the fundamental speech class. This class is very relatable with IREF and the Toastmasters because all that we focus on is the work on our speeches to communicate with each other. When you think about the residents as they are expected to be released sometime soon, do you think it would be easy to begin life again after some time in a prison for IREF? It is extremely hard for some people when it comes to transportation, family, or even setting up a job to make ends meet. The use of communication is always important, as according to our lectures, practice makes better. It is always better to work on our communication to get the point across, especially during interviews when you want a job. During our IREF sessions, a couple of the students perform their speeches as well as the residents. We all are there to work on them, and we all are there to help give tips and ideas to make them better. I feel that this experience, connected with the SPIA's first year seminar, has changed me as a person from when I was a little skeptical about IREF. I feel that my opinion has changed about IREF and its residents. I feel that the media was the main cause of my opinions being made about prison and IREF. The media has shamed the residents in a way that really instigates the behavior use of bias. However, I feel that IRF has created more support for the residents on their way to be released. The use of the Toastmaster sessions that would include the support of students from other colleges would be extremely helpful for the residents before they are released into society. It is also beneficial to the students as they have gained more experience by communicating with the residents and professionals in life. Sharing the Toastmasters experience would help shed light into helping the residents to be released and live a happy life. After my experience at IRF and the Toastmasters, I feel I better understand that not everyone should get a life sentence or mistakes that were made at a time when people were vulnerable. It has helped me understand that fighting fire with fire doesn't always help. Fighting fire with enough water, fire extinguishers, and support from other comrades will. I feel now that I have a choice. I could go along with the crowd, or turn around and make my own decisions. When I came to IRF, I was nothing but ignorant about the side of any criminal. But as of today, I feel that I am a better person. I am more forgiving when people make mistakes. I am more than ever trying to make more positive energy into the world rather than hatred. I feel that in this way, I can help the residents into forgiving themselves as I have forgiven them. I hope that the residents' experience with us has helped make them better people and in any way help them adapt back into the outside world when they are released. After my experience, I hope to help people in ways like this so I could see more smiles, as I have seen through my experience at IRF and the Toastmasters.